Hey guys, I am sitting here with Kaylee Trevor, a veteran of Hawthorne, and I'm wanting to talk to her today to discuss just implementing pride when addressing behavior in the classroom. During the last school year, we experienced a 35% decrease in referrals written from the year previous. And if all things remain equal, each classroom teacher would have written a little over 4% of the total referrals for the building. Kaylee last year had less than 2% of the building's referrals. So I really wanted to pick her brain and find out on what she does in her classroom to allow her to handle these behaviors in class rather than writing referrals.
Yeah, I build relationships. That's like my main thing. I say like that we're a family in the room. Like I don't refer to it all the time, but like we're one big family, and I don't know, like I feel like it's important to tell the kids about yourself. And so like I just tell them things about my life so that they feel like they connect with me. And then obviously they tell me things in turn. And I don't know, we just get really, really close. And like I feel like they know that I love them and care for them. So they like buy into things, if that makes sense.
How do you communicate that to them?
What do you mean?
Like, how do they know that you care about them, you love them? Like, how do your students know that?
I mean, sometimes I'll just straight up say like, I love y'all, but blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I tell them, I don't know, when we have those heart-to-heart moments, like if we're having an issue, we'll have like a little class discussion, and it's like, listen, this is what we do. Like we have to respect each other. We're family in this room. I mean, we're stuck together all day long, so we might as well be. You know what I mean? I don't know, but that's one thing I also pride myself on, is I feel like I'm very real to them.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, and obviously they're children, so they don't need to know everything, but I'm very honest with them, and even if it's something they don't want to hear, they know that they can trust what I'm saying is true.
Yeah.
I don't know, so
I'm sure they appreciate that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like some people don't realize that, like they are still little humans, and
Right.
I mean, they can tell when things aren't right, and I don't know, I just have never been one to lie to them. Like, yeah, there are things they don't need to know, but there are things that if you tell them, then they're gonna be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. You're a human too.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean they know that. I tell them, like I had a bad day the other day, and I was like, I just gotta stop for a second, and I just tell them, like, you know, my brother was texting me or something, and I'm like, you know, it just kind of messes with your head and you can't focus. Like I'm real with them when it comes to that stuff.
That's cool.
I don't know.
That's
Thanks.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you, outside of relationship building, like what do you do to handle student behavior proactively, like encouraging good behavior and trying to limit behaviors of concern?
So obviously I try to start every day as a clean slate, because like behaviors the day before, I try not to let it affect us. I always greet them at the door in the morning, and I can kind of see their mood. So like I have one little boy today that he was very angry this morning, and I could tell it was going to be rough. So I guess proactively, like I just try to maybe give that kid a little bit more of my attention, and like, hey, is everything okay? Like what's going on? And I find out that kid got grounded and his family did this and that, and it's like, okay, like I understand, I would be upset too, but
Right.
We're here at school now, let's get it, you know, like let's try to pull it together. And I don't know, I guess I do that a lot, like feel them out in the first thing in the morning, because then you kind of know, like, okay, that kid's touchy today, I'm gonna
Start the day out right.
yeah.
Sure.
But I also really want to know like their lives, like not nosy, but like, oh, that makes sense that kid's really emotional about his mom because his mom's not there anymore, you know? So
Yeah.
I try to like really understand that, or like, how would I feel if I was a kid like that?
Yeah. Put
I don't
yourself
know.
in their shoes,
Yeah.
showing empathy. Yeah.
Yeah, and so, I mean, I try to deal with it at the beginning, or like if I notice that someone's starting to like lose it on me, like I just try to gauge, like they're kids, they've been sitting all day. Obviously they're getting antsy and they're gonna start showing behavior. So let's take a second and let's do what we need to do. Like I try to remind myself that they are kids.
Yeah. If you guys have questions, I'm sure you'll be willing to just answer any questions they might have, or provide some
Absolutely.
like tips and tricks on how to implement
Yeah.
those relationship building strategies in a day-to-day basis in the classroom. So I just want to thank you for your time and your willingness
Thank
to
you
share.
for listening.
Yep. All right, guys. Until next time.